Let's go, let's go. On the hop, fellas, on the hop. Who wants it? Let's see some hustle out there today. Got a big game this week. Come on.
Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. Wide eight. Take it. Here we go. Wide eight. Take it. Here we go. Wide eight. Wide eight. Take it. Here we go. Wide eight. Wait, 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 take it. Here we go. Here we go. Wait, take it. Here we go. Wide eight. Wait, take it. Here we go. Wide eight. Wait, take it. Here we go. Wide eight. Wait, take it. Here we go. Here we go. Wait, take it.
This is your last opportunity. Let's go for gold.
Here we go. Hey, wait. Wait, take it. Here we go. Swing to the field, right. To the right. Wait, take it. Here we go. 47. Wait, take it. Here we go. Here we go. 47. 47. Wait, take it. Here we go. Here you go. Wide eight. Wide eight. Here we go. Here we go. 46. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. Wide eight. Here we go. 47. Wait, take it.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Now it's Wilson.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott now on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Here you go.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He's going to wind up and air it out. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. Leaves it for Penny. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Let's go, 14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
A first down carry by Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Malik McDowell there to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Thomas Rollins with his first carry. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Now the rookie first-rounder from San Diego State, it's Rashad Penny. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Try it. 380. Front left, front left.
On second down, Wilson dumps that off to Penny as running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They go play action now. Wilson out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the counter, Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield. Second down, Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now Wilson on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Swing to the field, right, to the right. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, right.
Prescott on first down. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle. One he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He needed 9, he got 8, and that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. And his kick is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, here's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Taco Charlton able to get him for a loss of about 3. On third down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Penny, a first down carry. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. That's caught by Penny. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st down, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. He sets to fire deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play here for the Cowboys. And even 50 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hands, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He was looking for Daniels that time. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're buried deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now Wilson on the move to his left, and he finds Penny. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Four down, 4 down. Right,
To throw is Wilson. To throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Prescott. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Wilson to throw on second down. He's got the tight end, Vanette, and he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Check 50, check 50. Spread left, spread left.
Third and long, it's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board. And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. No yardage to be found. Wilson now looking to throw on second down. Baldwin with it over the middle. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver. Effective third down play to move the chains. And his throw here's incomplete. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot. That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there. Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him. 0. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Wilson throwing again. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Brandon Marshall, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. They'll try and run it here. Broken tackle. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. Out to kick is Janikowski. Short boot, take it at the 21. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Here we go, 46, 26.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hodges. Now after the play, oh man, it's Prescott who appears to be shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's... And he will score! Touchdown, Cowboys! Alex Magoo with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrone Crawford in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Out to kick is Janikowski. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. But what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over them. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 10. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Over the middle, complete. It's Baldwin. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He got 29 yards that time. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much? Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jalen Smith in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Now Wilson on 2nd down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Janikowski good with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He gets it here to Peak. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Again, it's Elliott. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Throwing. Prescott. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
That's caught by Pennick. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Eluding the pressure right. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Wilson rolling to his left. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering Is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. An escape, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Returnable for Lockett. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pitch. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love to slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well.